Good morning, beautiful. It's Bonnie. What I want to talk to you about today is one of my favorite concepts, and that is carpe diem, seize the day. I first learned this lesson when I was probably about 16 years old, and I had this amazing English teacher. I don't know if you've ever had anyone in your life that really inspires you, and sometimes you don't even realize until years later how much they have touched your life. But I had this wonderful teacher named Alice Thomas, and she was delightful, and she taught us this concept of carpe diem. And I remember as we were reading a book, and those words were in there, she would shake her fist up to the sky and say, "Carpe diem, seize the day." And she wasn't your average English teacher. She knew what she was talking about. She also taught prisoners at San Quentin English, and she drove this little Porsche, so she was a little bit outside of the box. And so I immediately realized this lady has something, and she knows what's up in life. And so as the years went on, I kind of initiated that as my personal mantra. And I would always say, carpe diem, seize the day. Life is short. You should do what you want, and you should carpe diem. And so years later, I went through this very painful breakup, and I decided that I was going to quit my job and take a trip to Australia. And so as I was in Australia, I was very lonely because I was there by myself. It was the first time I'd ever been, not out of the country, but it was the first time I'd ever been on a trip alone. And so I had 3 weeks to really think about what was important to me in my life. And during that time, I reflected back a lot on the concept of carpe diem. And I made this list of what I wanted to do in my life, 25 things when I got home from this trip. And so one of the things that was on that list was I wanted to go to Tiffany's and get a present for myself in a beautiful blue Tiffany's box, as I think every woman in America wants to have. And so I picked out this bracelet, and on it I inscribed carpe diem, seize the day. And it was really because what I was taught from Alice Thomas and how that really impacted my life. And so what I want you to do is I want you to make a list this week, and I want you to figure out how you can use carpe diem. What aren't you doing in your life that you should be, and what do you want that you don't already have? And then this week, I want you to go out, and I want you to imagine that every single day, carpe diem is your mantra, and really seize the moment. Always remember, you are the one. Be your own best friend.